So it's all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday and he'll start from pole position. And Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Perez, Stroll, Sainz, Norris, Russell, Oscar Piastri, Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Albon, Magnussen, Ocon, Sargent, Hulkenberg, Button, Joe, Bottas, Ricciardo, the owner driver, and Yuki Tsunoda. And
hello everybody, just 3 rounds to go in this F1 23 Equal Car Championship. We've had a mare of it in Miami, but let's see what we can do in Imola. It is looking like we're going to see rain towards the end of this sprint. I wonder if it will materialise, but let's get it underway. 21 laps at Imola, and we are go! And that's a decent start. We can get past Bottas, that'll be good. We're now alongside Joe. I always feel I never really know where to brake into this first corner, and I always feel worried that I'm going to go into someone. We haven't done that here. It's been quite a decent start, although we are off-road. But we are up 3 places in P18. That is the best we could ask for at the start. We still have 21 laps in this race, don't forget, so it's a long sprint. As we now have a look around the outside of Hulkenberg, can we get the move done as we go up the hill? Yes, I think we have got that done. And Jenson Button's up a couple of places as well, so not bad all round for us here as we head towards Aqua Minerale for the first time, and that is exactly the sort of start we need to have. But, you know, we need to keep going. I am having a look at Logan Sargent for 16th, and I think we should be past him. We are past him, and that is a good move. So we are up 5 places by the end of the first lap. That's very encouraging. We need 8 more to score points. So let's see if we can get there and get ourselves some points. And don't forget the weather has a question mark over it in this sprint race for the Imola Grand Prix. And I'm now trying to get within a slipstream of Button, because realistically this is the only overtaking opportunity into one. So really you've got to nail it, and Button not really wanting to let us go there. So we're going to have to work a bit harder at this one. Button's going to go to the inside. I'm going to try and sweep round the outside and get the job done, which is what we have done. A part of the circuit that isn't realistically an overtaking opportunity. So that is a good move on Button to move up into P15, and now we can start putting the pressure on. Applying just a little bit of pressure as we head to Aqua Minerale. These cars are in a line as I've flown off the circuit there. I was trying to take avoiding action to make sure I didn't hit Ocon. Button's now having a look. I need to shut that down, and that's what we've done. I don't want to exceed track limits there. This circuit will punish you because it's easy to go over the track limits with some of the runoff areas we have. We can't afford to be doing it. End of lap 2, Verstappen sets the fastest lap, a 1:19. Max is on the move here, so we need to get ourselves on the move, as that was 2 seconds slower. But we are looking at getting past Esteban Ocon. Even without DRS, we're looking at making the move here, and Ocon is sticking to the inside, but we've gone round the outside and made that one work. Up another place we go, up into P14. And Ocon wants to be sure that he's not losing out to Button, but he isn't at this stage. Meanwhile, back with us, and we want to be careful we're not going into Magnussen. I tell you what, I think we can get the exit up the hill here. Magnussen already going to cover the inside. I'm going to try and go around the outside, but I don't think that moves on. No, Magnussen just gives it up, and we make the move work up into P13. I'm on a mission here, and I'm not wasting time getting these overtakes done, because I feel like a good result could be on, as Albon is defending the inside, and Albon's still defending the inside. I have to go across the curb there, and that is not going to help the car at all. In fact, if anything, that could give me floor damage if I hit that too hard. Albon doing nicely to cover, but we don't want Albon covering, as Hamilton now closing in on Verstappen, as I'm getting ready to have a look at Albon, and there's a car in the pits. I think it's George Russell. Oh, that's bad luck for him. Russell in the pits with damage, as we're having a look down the inside of Albon, who's really not giving me a lot of space to work with, but I have enough, and we get the move done up into P11 with George Russell pitting in, of course, and that, again, a nice move. Getting these moves done early, because I want to see how close to the front I can get, and we're only on lap 4, and don't forget, rain could be a threat towards the end of this one.
Okay, radar is clear, weather is looking good for now. Dry's definitely seem
Although
like the
according to
fastest
the
time.
radar, there is no sign of rain on the way, so we might just miss the rain. I think we could just miss it. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out later in the sprint. We've still got 17 laps to go, and normally we don't get a warning of rain till 15 minutes beforehand, so if anything, it will probably rain on the last few laps, which makes things interesting. Right, let's see if we can get... Stroll is holding this lot up. That is for sure. Stroll is holding this lot up, because we can't get anywhere. It seems to me that Stroll is backing this lot up, and we've got a bit of a DRS train, so I'm going to have to be really chancy in finding ways to pass, like Piastri here around the outside there. Piastri's holding on. I'm trying to force him tight, sweep round, and how is that going to work? We have got past Piastri. That was some great opportunistic driving there, as now I have a look at Alonso, and Piastri has a little think about a go up the inside there, but nothing in doing there. Right, we are now behind Fernando Alonso, who's being backed up by his teammate Lance Stroll. I wonder if Stroll has just had a slight hit, because I reckon the Aston is carrying some damage, as he's a little bit slower than the rest of us. And I honestly thought about that. I honestly thought about it, but I thought better of it. Let's just get them both on the straight if we can. That's going to be quite tricky, but if we can get the exit right, we've got a chance. Hamilton lapping fastest lap after fastest lap here. Lewis is on form. Right, here we go. The good thing is we have a run on Alonso too.
Top 10 now, keep it up.
Stroll's using Alonso's slipstream. Right, here we go. This is going to have to be a bold one down the inside of the pair of the Aston Martins. We do bang wheels with Alonso, but Stroll gets back ahead. We were at the inside. We gave him room, but Alonso banging wheels with me, and he went wide. He then tagged Stroll, but we were able to jump both the Aston Martins, move into P8, and now for the first time in this sprint race, we have got a nice bit of clear track, so we can start, well, we can really just open this baby up now and see what she can do. Let's see where our pace is at. We've got 2.1 seconds to Gasly, and I think Perez up ahead has got an issue, so we should be able to start taking time out of him too, but we're gaining on Gasly already. There's Verstappen and Hamilton, and those two are just driving away from the rest. We've gone a bit wide and lost ourselves a couple attempts there. I'm hoping this isn't our pace for the rest of this sprint. What's the weather saying?
Conditions look stable at the moment, no rain currently expected.
Right, I don't think we're going to see any rain in this sprint. There is a chance of it towards the end, but I don't think we're going to see it. And I think another thing as well is that we're really going to need a safety car if we're going to catch up to some of these, because They have built themselves a bit of a gap, and in fact Gasly is quicker than us. So our pace is pretty much, we are going to struggle to hold on to 8th if Alonso builds up steam. So we are slower than Gasly at this stage. I'm hoping there is some more pace to unlock. We have got a yellow flag behind, so I don't know who's gone off or what's happened, but there's a yellow flag behind us. And I think somebody's car, it's Ocon. Ocon is out of the race. Is that going to end in a safety car? Not right now. The leaders are battling. I can see it on the map, and they can carry on doing that as long as they want, because that's going to give me an opportunity. That's going to give us an opportunity to catch up. Right, we just did a purple final sector, and we've actually gained on Gasly this lap, so we've gained a few tenths on the Alpine, which is good. And Piastri has just got past Lance Stroll. So Stroll fighting that one. It's turning into a bit of a mare for a young Oscar. And I'm pushing as hard as I can to try and catch up to the Alpine. Right, green first sector, that's exactly what we need. Let's try and get the gap down to the Alpine in front, because hopefully in the next couple of laps we can have a go at improving our position. And we're also catching Lando Norris, but here's the thing, when is he going to have caught Perez? And we've got the caution here. I've gone off the circuit there. I went a little bit deep pushing too hard. We have now got a green flag, so we are all clear as I monster the curb. Really attacking it here. I'm really going for this, and I think next lap we'll be able to have a go at Gasly for sure. Meanwhile, I can see the traffic jam that Perez is starting behind him now, and I think Perez will be catchable. I'm thinking we might be able to move up as high as 5th in this one, but I don't think we'll get any higher than that. We've just set a personal best, a 1:19.5, as we now close and home in on the Alpine in front. Right, well, we're within that 1 second now, but it's about staying there for the rest of the lap, so can't afford any major errors. Look, Perez is already down 2 places, so that's really rough for him. And we're still within 9 tenths of Gasly, so I'm thinking a move into turn 1 is going to be what we're going to try for here. We are just getting that gap down, little by little, tenth by tenth. I was a little bit wide there. I'm hoping to save as much overtake as possible, so that when the time comes, we've got a fair shot at Gasly. Right, here we go. We are still several tenths back. This is going to be quite a difficult one to do on this lap at least, but that's going to help. We had a nice run through here and a nice go through there. Right, okay. I think we are within range, but we're going to have to get a move on. DRS is open. We're using the last of the overtake that we got. Here we go. Pierre Gasly for P7 down the inside. And we just about get that stopped. And we get the move done up into 7th. Nice one. Next up is to attack Perez and hopefully Norris. So Sergio Perez is next. And he's got a car issue, so I don't think it'll take us all that long to catch him. But it's good news now that we are ahead of Pierre Gasly as we are up into P7, and I'm now going attacking for Perez. Like I said, I've heard he has a car issue, and that's going to make him just a little bit vulnerable, and vulnerable is how I want him. The more vulnerable, the better. Gasly is not letting me go though. Gasly's staying with me here. But I think as we go through the chicane, yeah, Gasly will drop back. I'm going to try and get to Perez, get within DRS of Perez. I think we did it, but it's going to be a real stretch to get the overtake done this lap. But Perez getting a bit wobbly out of the corner. And that's how I want him, but unfortunately, he's got DRS on Norris, so he's going to be Oh, he's going to be just in range, but we can't have a go at him yet. I tell you what though, we might have a go here. No, that's not going to work. Again, another thought is here, but that won't work. So we're going to try up the hill. Nope, Perez putting his car infuriatingly in good positions. Piastri sets the fast lap. What are you defending, Perez? We weren't even there. Here we go, though. That Perez defending nothing is giving me a run into the chicane, and we're gonna take it. We do take it up into P6, and Perez gets backed up, and now he's gonna have Gasly for close company. But now we're gonna track down Lando Norris to try and move into P5. And I think realistically that's the best we can expect here. I don't think we can expect to do anything more than P5. I think that is our best. That is our best chance at a good finishing position. So, going to keep pushing. Gasly has now got past Perez, and we're going to attack Lando Norris. But that's not the way we're going to attack him. That was a lot of curb that I didn't need to take, and that's going to give Lando a couple of attempts. I personally think he is catchable, but we have to drive better than that. Gasly's trying to come back at me here, because that was a messy first sector. I'm not going to pretend it wasn't, as Piastri sets another fastest lap of 1:19.0. So Oscar Piastri is lighting up the timing boards at the moment. Unfortunately, he's not going to have enough laps to do anything about that, but Piastri making himself known in the fight, and Norris not having the greatest second sector, I'll be honest. That is really not a good second sector for him, because we've now got within 7/10. We are basically, if I get a good run out of here, we should be in range to perform an overtake. So Norris not having a great end to the lap here, and we've now got the run. We are a few thousandths off a personal best. Norris is going to stick to the inside. I'm going to go to the outside, take the racing line, sweep round. That's another place to move up. Right, the two Ferraris are 5 seconds up the road, but I think that's a bit too far for us to catch. However, if this rain does start falling, it's going to make life very miserable for the Scuderia. Plus, if they start fighting each other, that's also our way to gain. Norris already a second behind, so we've got some strong pace here as we go into the second half of this sprint. And I'm now charging towards the Ferraris to see what, if anything, I can do about them. Just attacking the curbs a bit harder now. So I can sense the top three could be on. We're running good pace. The Ferraris are nose to tail. They could start battling. But if not, I definitely want to go for P4. Try and get a second row start on the grid and see where we can go from there. That's the fastest lap for us. 1:18.6. Take that, Oscar Piastri. Take that and, well, I don't know. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. And the Ferraris are now battling, which they can ill afford to do, because guess what, boys? I'm coming for you. I'm coming to get you. I've found my rhythm now. This circuit, I'll be honest, it's so fun to drive. I'm looking forward to the actual race this weekend. I do wonder, what can Ferrari do? They have brought some upgrades. Be interesting to see where it puts them. Speaking of where Ferrari are at, I'm now a second closer. And they're still nose to tail. They're still fighting each other, which is very good news for me, because the more they do that, the more I get brought into it. The leading two are gone. We're not going to do anything about them. But what we are going to do is catch up to these guys and give them a bit of a headache towards the end of this sprint.
No rain expected. No rain expected for the time being.
And no rain expected is what my engineer is saying, so I expect now that there won't be any rain during this sprint and that we are just going to have a straightforward run to the finish. Sainz, by the way, now is just over 2 seconds ahead, but we made a mistake there, which allows him to get an extra half a second. And Leclerc has actually pulled out a bit here, so Leclerc, I think, just responding to my pace a little bit here. And Sainz has dropped back, so I wonder if Sainz is the one that's struggling more here as I'm trying to push closer to the red cars. This lap has been very even between myself and the Ferrari boys, but I'm not giving up on this. I can sense it, and there's still 6 laps left, so there's time to do it. There is time for a go still. This sprint is far from over yet. We are not done. Sainz may catch Leclerc a bit more. He may pull out on the straight owing to the DRS. Nothing we can do about that.
Teammate behind is 18.0.
What we need to do is make sure that we're doing better in sector 1, because that was where we lost the time last time. The Sainz does pull out a bit and he does get closer to Leclerc, and I feel he will have a go soon, which benefits us. So Leclerc gains 2/10 in that first sector, but this is where we need to make the difference.
Okay, expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now.
Rain 10 to 15 minutes, yeah, that's not going to affect this sprint. We've got a clear run to the end. I don't think we're catching these boys. I think the Ferraris are just too quick at this stage. They've kind of upped the ante a bit here, because we were catching them when they were battling, but now they're not battling. And well, that was a bit of a mistake there, but we're not catching them really anymore. So I think P5 might be our finishing position for now, which isn't too bad. I would like to go at third, but I just don't think we've got the pace to carry that. Although the two Ferraris are going to start fighting again. Sainz getting really close to Leclerc. And I just wonder, yeah, they are fighting. Sainz has had a go down the inside of his teammate, and he's got that done. And in fact, he's got it done in a way that's given him a bit of time. So they're not fighting. I feel this is tactical here. They are essentially giving each other the toe down the straight, and that's allowing them to pull away. So I think Ferrari have got the measure of me here. I don't think we're catching them. I was for a bit, but I think this is my finishing position now. Certainly makes things interesting for the Grand Prix. And in the championship, I really could have done with being 1 or 2 places higher. But it is what it is. I mean, we've had a fastest lap, and I think our pace, when we get into clear air, is relatively even to that of everyone around us. So I don't think there's reason to be overly discouraged moving into this Grand Prix. But I don't really see any major signs of encouragement either, so. And the Ferraris are not really battling in a way that's losing them time. As much as I would love to catch them by the end of the race, I just don't think we've got that pace. However, we might be able to jump them at the start of the Grand Prix. And that Grand Prix will be streamed Tuesday the 14th of May, or 14th of May at 10 PM. And it'll be a 63 lap race. And hopefully we don't have a Miami where the strategy kills my race. Rather a race that is helped by my strategy. The Sainz is going to have the DRS here. He's going to catch right up to Leclerc, but I'll be honest, he doesn't seem as close as he has been. And they changed position again, but they'll be in formation by turn 1. It's not like they're staying side by side. They've done this. This is quite clever by Ferrari. They're basically driving each other forward and keeping me back. There's 3 laps to go though. I'm going to see if I can dig deep and just find something special. Otherwise, this will be where we finish. And I anticipate that's where it's going to be anyway. But look at this. Leclerc sticking to Sainz's rear like glue round Axel Minerale. He's giving it everything now. Doesn't matter if I tear the bottom off the car. It's all or nothing. And I'll tell you what, we're closer to the Ferraris than we have been, which is encouraging, but all the same, we're just going to lose out a little bit here.
Keep managing your tyres.
It's a shame that the toe just isn't working. Look at that, the way they go side by side there.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 17.8 seconds.
Right, so Leclerc now 2 seconds up the road. If I'm going to make the difference, this has to be the lap I do it.
Our gap to the car
I cannot hesitate anymore.
6 seconds.
We have to do it this lap. I've got 1.5 seconds of a difference to make up.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
I'm just going to go all out attack here. Got nothing to lose. I'm in a good position. Look how far back Perez is. We're fine where we are. I'm going all out now. And we will have DRS this time.
Final lap, final lap. Push.
Here we go, Sainz is going for Leclerc. He gets, look, he's already got it done. But this time, we need to stick with them. We need to stick with them. There is a potential for one more place here. Oh no, I think we've lost it. I'm leaving overtake on though. There might be one more opportunity. It's all about getting it right here. Well, that couldn't really have gone any better, could it? Down the inside of Leclerc, and we got that done! That was a very late move, but we managed to take P4 at the 11th hour. That was a very late dive down the inside, but we made that work and took 4th right at the end. Oh, if only we had one more lap to attack Sainz with. I will take that though. That's P4. And that was a brilliant, brilliant dive.
With the sprint wrapped up, we now have our grid line up.
Sometimes you've just got to take the opportunity, and that's exactly what we did. We moved ourselves up into 4th, giving ourselves a good starting position for the Grand Prix that lies ahead. So there's your full result. Verstappen winning out, Hamilton getting 2nd, Sainz is 3rd, we're in 4th, and our race pace, I really think, is going to be... we're going to be able to challenge those in front. So I think we've got a good chance of doing well here and clawing back some championship points, which is critical now because we're 23 off. But we have closed the gap on George Russell, who lost his front wing, so that's a big plus. We're going to try and retake 3rd and get ourselves right back in the fight here. That was a strong sprint race. The pace is good. I feel like we are onto something here. Right, join me 10 PM, 14th of May 2024, as we go live for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix, or the Imola Grand Prix. Do not miss it.